Welcome everyone. This is a general reading for the sign of Aquarius for January. I almost said January, October, which doesn't make any sense. January 2018. I don't know why I said that. That's odd. Okay, so yes, a general reading for the sign of Aquarius, sun, moon, rising, any other planet in the sign of Aquarius for January 2018. Okay, let's go. So, this is interesting. This is a very interesting spread, or reading, or whatever. Okay, this month, some lies are either coming out, or they're being resisted. It looks like they're going to come out, okay? There's a very strong chance, I think, that some of these lies are going to come out. Whether they're lies that are being told to you, lies that you're telling, lies that you're telling to yourself, perhaps, some kind of untruths making themselves known. There's a resistance to it. I'm seeing that there's what I'm looking at is this sort of a pattern where somebody is beginning something and they're on a path, right? It's a clear path. They may even see where this path is going, but they never get there, right? There's never an end. It's just this cycle that just keeps replaying itself, and it never is ending. Whether it's the same cycle over and over again, different cycles of the same pattern, right? Playing themselves out, and they never kind of coming to completion. And what it looks like is that these kind of little lies. That's why I'm getting this sort of a feeling that they may be lies that you're telling to yourself. It's kind of that sort of a vibe, but lies kind of build on each other, right? So if you're telling them to yourself, you're probably telling them to other people, maybe causing other people to tell lies to you and that kind of thing, and they're getting in the way of getting out of this sort of trapped cycle that you're in, right? And it's not like the most unpleasant cycle. It's like kind of a nice thing, but it just never goes anywhere. There's never an end. There's never a completion. There's never a moving on. There's never a progression, right? It's just the same little do thing over and over again. And it's your comfort zone, or it's somebody's comfort zone. These lies that they're telling, it's their protection. It's their kind of home. It's keeping them. They're safe there, right? There's anxiety about going outside of that, and they're closed off also to any kind of they or you, closed off to any kind of emotions related to the fact that this isn't that these cycles never end, right? There's a shutting off of what that means, what that's doing to your psyche maybe, or what that's doing to your life as a whole, to where you want to be, where you see yourself, that kind of thing. There's a shutting down of what that actually really means for you, and an unwillingness to kind of want to look at it. But it looks like these things are kind of coming out anyways, maybe sort of reaching a bit of a boiling point, but they're coming forward, and it's not in a way that that seems malicious, right? It's not like you're being outed, or somebody's being outed or something. It's like these things like have to come forward because they are the reality kind of thing, and they're coming forward, not willingly. I don't know if it's. Yeah, there's definitely a resistance to it, but it looks like they're coming up anyways, and it could definitely cause some pain, but more so some anxiety, some stress, some fears. Your fears coming up, right? Your comfort zone is being intruded upon by these things that may be very repressed as well, right? They could be a unconscious, subconscious lies also, for sure. That are kind of coming up, and they may be this whole thing may be an internal process as well, right? They may just be being these subconscious lies being exposed to your own self, and then you're kind of able to see them a little bit more, but there's still that resistance. But the lies are keeping you kind of trapped a little bit, right? But maybe you're comfortable there. So I'm going to pick these up. I'll put some more cards down and come back with some advice about this. What kind of you can do to work with these, right? To work with some of these things that are just coming up naturally. They're going to come up naturally. So let's see what you can do with them to help you kind of progress and not let them control you, right? So that you can have a little bit more control over yourself and over your own life. So yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, Aquarius, I'm back with your advice. Here it is. Okay, this is very much about breathing through your anxiety, right? Not allowing your fears to control you. Definitely being detached from your emotions, but more so focused on your positive emotions, and specifically in regards to your environment, your relationships, and your health, your body's health, your mental health, and that kind of environment, and what you can gain from allowing some of these things to come out, from not allowing these things to be hidden anymore, right? Where can you go that you haven't been able to go before? What finish line do you see that you've seen in this kind of cyclical trajectory, right, that you've never been able to reach? And would you like to reach that, and how can you reach that? And to focus on those kinds of emotions, right? And not focus on emotions that are disparaging, that are fearful, that are maybe self-protective, that are what's the word? Martyring, that kind of thing, that are feeling sorry for yourself, they're going infinitely inward, and that kind of thing. Don't allow yourself to kind of get taken by those whims, right? By all the things that you see inside, and your kind of any kind of like shell type of behavior, if that makes any sense. You want to be interacting with your environment, with these truths, untruths, people who are involved, even if people aren't involved. You know what I mean? You want to stay present. You want to stay on top of it. You want to stay afloat. I want to talk about this goat energy, sort of, and this like scaling the mountainside, right? It just, when you see pictures of goats, or when you see them in real life, I guess, and they're standing on the sides of these cliffs, and it just looks ridiculous. It looks impossible, right? Literally so impossible. It's not impossible. They do it all the time. It's like where they live. So it's that kind of thing. It's that kind of like just doing something that seems like ridiculously impossible, right? Fathoming, like embracing some of these really deep-seated lies, lies and hidden willful ignorance kind of thing, right? Like hidden things that you've just subconsciously been pushing away for so long. To brave that, right? Overcome your fears. As I said, I'm also getting this imagery of being on top of the water, right? You have all this depth down below, and it's swirling, and it's all these emotions, and it's very, very unconscious, subconscious. You're not really hugely in touch with all of it. Like, it's vast, it's ridiculous, right? It's infinite. And then you have the top of it, and you want to be on the top of it, right? In a more superficial way, a little bit, if that makes any sense. One that's more, maybe superficial isn't the right word, but one that's more outwardly oriented. That's more focused on, as I said, what you gain from from going through this process, from dealing with all this unpleasantness, from allowing things to surface and not allowing them to kind of remain underneath anymore? What do you gain from bringing them up and bringing them into the light, and allowing them to kind of show themselves, ugly or not, disruptive or not, you know what I mean, the reality, to really look at it, look at its characteristics, look at its appearance, look at what how it interacts with its environment, look at what it does, look at I don't know if I'm getting too abstract now, but like you want to be aware of it, you want to get a sense for it so that you can adjust things, integrate things, figure out what needs to be addressed, right? It's just about bringing things into the open, really, bringing things up out of this this murky cycle, and letting them be seen, and being brave about it, and focusing on what you're going to gain, right? Hopefully can help. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.